So Andy Flower, his 121st match, and look at that record, 31 50s, 100, and an average there of 32.8. Second wicket.
Far, Dale continuing for his 7th over. Nice shot. Past Ponting to give Ponting a bit of work to do. Darren Lehman coming around to lend support, and neither will get there. So nice timing, the medium pace of Dale, just a fraction too wide on that occasion. So a nice boundary.
Andy Flower's favourite shot, just hitting it backward of point and full blade of the bat onto it, and it races away to the backward of point boundary. Ricky Ponting gives chase, no chance to cut it off, and Flower.
Here we have a quick call from Grant Flower. Will Andy Flower make his ground? I don't think he realised that there was a shy, but the backing up fielder has missed it. It's going to go for 4 overthrows, so Grant Flower will be most happy to get 5 out of that.
Well, Gilchrist did very well to take off his glove and shy at the bowler's end. And I think we'll find that the throw coming in from Gilchrist, as he has to move to his left, throws. He would have been out if that had hit, but it evaded the man backing up as well and went for 4 overthrows. So Adam Dale, it was.
This one coming back at Andy Flower. They'll call for an LBW, or maybe even glove in it if it carried to Gilchrist. Andy Flower doesn't look as though he's bothered by the appeal.
Well, we'll have another look at this. Did it come off the top of the pad? Yes, it did. So a good decision by umpire Russell Tiffin. Take a look there. It hit the top of the pad. I think the Australians thought that that came off the gloves.
And from an LBW decision point of view, it's just flicked the pad outside off. It couldn't have been out.
President, Honourable Comrade Robert Mugabe.
That's a great shot by Andy Flower. He's picked up the first short ball that Tom Moody has bowled and really spanked it. Not known as a big puller of the ball, Andy Flower.
This is banged in short by Tom Moody and pulled away from outside the off stump with a full flourish of the bat by Andy Flower. Fine shot. Just got the time to pick that up. It was far too short.
Just 1 run through the covers to Andy Flower. Played into the gap, but didn't really time it.
Lovely shot here, but Steve Orr manages to just parry it down a little bit, and that causes them to only be able to take the single.
Round the wicket to Andy Flower now. And a quick single taken. Good running by Grant Flower. Andy Flower just dropping that at his feet on the offside, and Grant Flower ready to take a quick single, and it was safely done.
Well played by Andy Flower there, but immediately Grant calls for the single. Just heard that shout in the background of "Run, Andrew," and away through the ran very quickly. So this is good running and just keeping the scoreboard ticking up. Fielders spreading the field a little bit wider on the offside.
Another single. Fieldsman dropped deep now. Steve Waugh had maintained a very tight fielding circle, particularly on the offside, but now employing sweepers on both sides of the wicket and the fine leg and the third man, and that leaves some bigger gaps. However, this time, much as the Zimbabweans had hoped to achieve 2 on the leg side for the left-handed Flower, but Shane Warne bowls outside off stump, pitches up, Flower drives, and Dale is the man out of deep extra cover. And a bit of a streaky shot there. Simon's coming round the wicket to Flower.
Yeah, I doubt whether it's a streaky shot. If it had been a streaky shot, it might have gone to the 12 and 10 respectively.
That's in the air, that's gone over the slips, but falling short of Tom Moody at third man. And Andy Flower doing as his brother had in recent overs, advancing down the wicket to the medium paces and looking to hit high over the offside.
Andy Flower lucky to get away with this. Simons has seen him coming down the wicket and just bowled it wider. He's got the outside edge and managed to chip it over the gully.
No ball. Yes.
And another no ball. And a shot at the stumps, that would have been close had it hit. Ricky Ponting's a pretty dangerous man to be taking on in the field.
Andy Flower just hitting that just in front of Ponting, and Ponting fires it in at the bowler's end, and if that had struck, it would have been very, very close. Fortunately for Andy Flower, misses, and they nearly managed to get an overthrow, but Ricky Ponting's very smart and quick out there, just at backward point.
Well, into Andy Flower, and Flower squeezes this. He was looking to hit it a little square, but he'll be happier with the result. Opened the turning, it was a top spinner, and it beat the player there at backward point, Michael Bevan. 4 runs resulting. And what they witnessed yesterday, played through the offside again. Dale comes in quickly and again restricts.
And there it is, there's a 50, it's going to go for 4. That's Andy Flower's 50. Superb innings from the Zimbabwean. He moves on to 53, and Zimbabwe now 137 for 6. Shane Warne to bowl from the golf course end. Driven just backward a square. Is it going to run all the way? It is. That's 4 runs to Andy Flower, just in front of Castle Corner. They enjoyed that.
Another good shot here from Andy Flower, just opening the face of the bat and hitting it just in front of the deepish backward point, and it races through to the boundary. He moves on to 58, Zimbabwe on to 142 for 6.
In the air for a while, but again they're going to be looking for 2. Can McGrath cut it off? He can. Has to move a long way to his right. And Andy Flower safely through for 2 runs.
Shot.
Short and driven through the extra cover by Andy Flower. They're going to go for 2. I think they'll be safely home. So the key there was Andy Flower took the first single for National.
Oh, Shane.
Into the 41st over. No 50s or 100s. Air in the air, but he's found the gap, and that's going to run all the way to the boundary. Lucky shot for Andy Flower. Shane Warne can't believe it. Zimbabwe move on to 160 for 8.
Once again, Shane Warne has given Andy Flower a bit of width, and he's given it the full kitchen sink, and it's gone upish, but just past the outstretched left hand of Tom Moody, and races away through to the boundary for 4. So that moves Andy Flower on to 68. Shane Warne in his last over. His 9 overs have cost him 39 runs.
6 4s in that 69. Have to hurry. Throw wasn't accurate, and Andy Flower's got to get up, but he's got time to go through for the second. The overthrow. Shane Warne wasn't able to take that return from McGrath.
So once again, a risky run as Andy Flower hits that just to the left hand of Steve Waugh. He picks up and shies at the stumps. Andy Flower, he would have been out of his crease, he would have been gone, but fortunately for him, Shane Warne can't pull it in, and they get an overthrow. So Andy Flower picks up 2 runs. He moves on his
He dances down the wicket and drives it straight, and mid-off's got a long way to come around. Firstly to save the 4, and has he? I don't think so. And certainly the batsmen are always going to take 2. Damian Martin made a valiant effort, but in fact it's 4 runs, so a very valuable boundary for Zimbabwe.
Don't often see Andy Flower playing this shot. A lot of bottom hand, and in fact horizontal back to get it. But great cricket, Damian Martin, great effort to try and save that. That was going with a lot of power. Momentum taking him and across the ropes, and of course, because his feet are on the other side of the ropes as he touches the ball, that must be 4.
And Andy Flower giving him some room, and he has almost hit a 6. In fact, umpire Tippin has called 6. Looked from where we're sitting, it hadn't just quite made the boundary. He gave himself some room. The extra cover boundary is not protected, and that's gone clearly over the rope. A wonderful stroke by Andy Flower, and again this time along the round that will be just 1 run to Damian Martin at long off. So 7 runs off the first 2 balls of this last over.
This was the 6, the shot of the day. He's come inside the delivery and hit through the line. That is a wonderful shot. Not much height on it, power, and into the crowd it goes. The next delivery, he's taken the single, so Mutendera will get strike, and Andy Flower 91 not out.
And I would think that that conversation will go along the lines of, if Chris has come up over the stumps now to try and worry Andy Flower, who was wanting to advance, but that's gone over the keeper's head. Lehman will field the ball in the position the park cricket would describe as backstop. Another 2 valuable runs.
Yes, little off break, slow off break, which Andy Flower gets a top edge to. Ironic that Gilchrist had come up the delivery before.
Last ball, and Flower swung there high over square leg. And a valiant attempt to catch, but it is another 6. What a finish for Zimbabwe. The umpire asking, but that clearly went over the fence. Zimbabwe have finished off in a flurry.
Poor old Andy Flower's finished not out on 99. That's a magnificent shot. Again, a slow ball, and it's almost what one would call a slog sweep. Despairing dive, but the ball was already over the boundary, and so Zimbabwe able to get to 200 after all.
20 runs off that last over from Andrew Simons. What a finish for Zimbabwe. And the crowd are going mad.